I'm Jen Murtaugh, co-founder of Maturn, which is Canada's first maternity leave program. I've been a CEO, I've led large teams, and I've navigated through 2 of my own maternity leaves. And looking back in my time in leadership within some of those organizations over my 20-year career, I recognize I wasn't as supportive as I could have been for women returning from leave. So if you are a people leader, if you are working within an organization where women are transitioning from leaves, I invite you to stay on for the next couple of minutes and learn about 3 ways employers can better support women through maternity leaves. You know, with women now taking up to 18 months off in Canada for leave, it is crucial that we get this right as people leaders and as employers, because organizations are losing women at an unprecedented level, especially if you look at the latest Women in the Workplace report by McKinsey. So through our work with Maturn and in speaking with hundreds of mothers who have transitioned to and from maternity leave, these are 3 ways that they've told us they would have felt more supportive in their leave. The number 1 thing you can do as an employer is show them that you care. Reach out ahead of time via email to let them know you're excited about their return back and that you're looking forward to welcoming them back onto the team. If they want to connect with you before coming back, you're open to it. Although there's no obligation for them to do so. You might consider doing this about 3 to 4 weeks out from their return. Send an email once they've returned announcing that they're back. You know, a lot will have changed since they went on leave, whether that leave was 4 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. There's probably been more employees that have started at the company who have no idea who they are. Don't leave that up to them. Really send out an email to the team highlighting more about their role and anything that the team might need to know about the transition period. You know, make sure you're present for their time back, especially their first day back, whether that's virtually or at the office. You know, let them know that you also know this time's going to be a challenge and it might bring a lot of emotions. That is to be expected. So be explicit that you're there to support them. You know, recognize that a lot has changed for them since they have left work, especially if they're a new mother and this is their first leave. They are not the same human as they were when they left. So reassure them that they don't have to reprove themselves and that you're glad they're back. The number 2 thing is let them ease back into work. You know, some organizations offer gradual re-entry, especially as most daycares have a gradual entry schedule. If your organization doesn't offer this, you can do easy things like not overloading them with work in the first few weeks back so that they can kind of get reacclimatized again. Maybe not starting meetings at 8 a.m. or 8:30 in the morning, which is usually the time daycare drop-offs need to happen, especially the fact that those daycare drop-offs in the first month are going to be really difficult. Also recognize, you know what, their brain might not be working in the same way it did before for the first little while. So they've been home with a baby. They haven't been as intellectually or strategically stimulated. Their baby also might not still be sleeping through the night. So be patient. It will come back. And mothers, if you're listening to this, be patient with yourself. It will come back again, but it feels hard for the first couple of months. You know, consider putting any travel off for them for the first, I would say, 4 to 12 weeks back, unless they've really assured you that they want to continue work travel. This is a really challenging time from a transition perspective, so you want to make it as easeful as possible to build up that confidence again and the support. Provide them with flexibility, working from home at least a few days a week if they desire. And the number 3 thing is really intentionally creating psychological safety for the returning mother. We've been told by a lot of mothers that they really felt that they need to hide the fact that they were now a mother and that they really wanted to hit the ground running and start proving themselves all over again, that becoming a mother wasn't going to slow them down, because women face a lot through maternal bias, the maternal wall, the motherhood penalty. And so women really feel like they need to come back with a lot of gusto. And so we want to create a lot of psychological safety for the returning mother, that you recognize this is a transitional period and trying for them to release the pressure they might be putting on themselves. So creating that safe and supportive and open environment for the returning mother with frequent communication. Recognize that their inner critic is going to be really loud in the first couple of months back. It's going to be telling them things like, I don't know if I can do this. I've lost my edge. I don't remember who I am anymore. My maternity leave replacement was better than me. Even though they might not share this with you, it's likely their inner critic's going to be very loud. So have some empathy for that if you haven't gone through it yourself as a people leader. Ask them how they're feeling often and recognize that you see their added gifts now that they are a parent. There's an enormous amount of research that shows that when leaders become parents, they bring even more value back to the workplace. So recognize that they don't need to hide it, and they should be proud of it. So we hope these 3 ways will help you as an employer, as a people leader. If you or your organization needs more support on how to ensure your company is being as inclusive as possible for mothers from an attraction, retention, and development perspective, book a discovery call with us at Maturn to hear more about the support that we are offering both individual mothers who are transitioning through maternity leave and people leaders through our Maturn management training workshops. You can book a discovery call through maturn.com.